A very good afternoon to you everyone. This is Jeet Kumar Roy from Advanced Spoken English Institute. Today we are going to discuss about the conversation which are very important for your spoken English training. As you know that you are learning English to talk in English with everyone, right? So in the last class we have discussed about the conversation which was meeting at college. Today we have another conversation practice session, that is the convocation day at college. I'm sure many of you don't know what is a convocation day. Convocation day is a day where any big institution, colleges or any schools, they organize a prize distribution ceremony. They acknowledge the people, the students who have done well, so they provide the certificate, they provide prizes. So this is popularly known as the convocation day at college. So this conversation is also focused on this day, convocation day at college. So we will be starting with the greeting part first. Since this is also a conversation which is an informal conversation, informal. As I told you, informal conversation is a conversation which is done with your friends, which is with your family members, any kind of person which are not professional, right? You can use a casual way of talking for the informal conversation. Here the greeting should be a very common one. You can say, hi, how are you? So here also the person, two girls are talking. One of the girls' name is Sarah. So she's saying, hi Sarah, how are you? And the other girl is Mary. And the Mary is replying, I am fine, how about you, Mary? So in the initial stage of your conversation, the person A says, hi Sarah, how are you? The person B is replying, I am fine, how about you, Mary? So it's a very good way of using your name, the person's name. It shows the closeness among yourself. So try to use the name when you are saying greeting to everyone. Hi, how are you, Sarah? I'm fine, how about you, Mary? So both the person are saying name. So this is the thing that you will also use in your conversation. Try to use the name and say, hi, how are you? So this is the greeting part. Then the other person is saying, how about you? Then you can reply, I'm doing pretty well. This is a new kind of reply that I'm teaching you today, right? I'm doing pretty well, right? So you might be thinking why the word pretty is used over here. Many of my students in my class, when I give the offline training over here, they say pretty is used for looking good. So why we are using it over here? This is the advanced speaking that you are learning, right? So pretty can be used for expressing your feeling as well. Pretty well, that means a little bit good, yeah, good, right? So instead of saying good, you are saying I'm doing pretty well. That is also a way of saying about your feeling, right? Pretty well. So this is the thing, this is the first part of your conversation where the greeting has been done. One person is saying, hi Sarah, how are you? The other person replying, I am fine, how about you, Mary? And then the reply is, I am doing pretty well, right? So this is the initial stage of greeting. When you greet someone, this is the thing that you have to practice regularly with your friends, right? Every day you have to practice. Then you move ahead with the conversation where your point has come, convocation day. So now for the convocation day, you should know why the convocation day has been organized. So it was about the exam certification and all, right? So the person is saying, have you passed your examination? So this is the right way of asking question. The one person is saying, have you passed your examination? Have you passed your examination? So this is the way of asking question. You ask the person that have you passed? क्या तुमने examination अपना pass कर लिया? Have you passed the examination? The other person, yes, I am here to collect my certificate. What about you? So the other person is replying, yes, I am here to collect my certificate How about you? How about you also you can use, and what about you also you can use? What about you? Both are right. How about you? What about you? Now you can see one thing you have noticed over here. This person is saying, yes, I am here to collect my certificate. That means he's confirming that is the reason. हाँ मैंने पास कर लिया, मैं पास करी थी. ताइजुन का PhD, our certificate नहीं थे. Then again the question is repeated. What about you? So one thing you have noticed in this conversation, we are using the open-ended question, right? So that is the thing I would suggest you. If you want to grow and make your conversation much better, where you have lots of sentences you want to discuss, then definitely don't forget to repeat your question. Once you give the answer, try to cross question, try to ask the question. Don't just say yes I have passed and you keep quiet. Then again the person will ask you, then you say answer and keep quiet. Then your conversation will be will be ending in a very short time. You cannot have a long conversation. So always ask open-ended question where you get the full answer. Then only you can enhance your conversation skill, right? So here he's saying, yes, I'm here to collect my certificate. What about you? So again, the what about you has come. So the other person also has to give the answer. Then he's saying, congrats, me too. Okay. So first of all, this part, I'm here to collect my certificate. Yes. For this part, you have to say congrats. Then he's saying me too. This is a short answer. Me too. That means congrats is for yes because she has passed the test examination, and then me too, that means saying that I have also passed the examination. Now you see, in a very smooth way, the conversation has reached this level. Now your target is to again enhance your conversation and get more questions to keep it going, right? So what you have to do, again you have to ask some more questions. Now you go into detail, you have to think what I can ask in a convocation day conversation. So you can say, after the certificate, what you have to do? When you get the certificate, when you pass your exam, then what you do? You have to go and take admission somewhere. You want to try for any other courses, right? So that is the reason the conversation is going ahead with the question that is, can you come with me to submit my registration form for admission in college tomorrow, right? That is the next conversation. But before that, I'll just highlight you some of the important phrases that you have to learn over here. These are the important phrases that you have learned. That I'm doing pretty well is a new one. I'm doing pretty well, new thing that you have learned. And have you passed is the way of saying, like, these are the things that you can use for different sentences also. You can say I'm doing pretty well, and you can also say have you passed your examination, have you completed your course. Lots of things can be used. This pattern, have you, this present perfect tense you have to use in your dialogues. That is the thing that you have to learn. And I'm here too. This is also a very interesting phrase that you can use. I'm here too. So you have to learn the phrases. You don't have to learn the whole thing. You have to learn the phrases. I'm here to collect my certificate. I'm here to give my interview. I'm here to practice. So what is the reason of your presence over here? You say I'm here to, right? So this is the way you will continue and you learn. If you have a pen and paper handy, I would suggest you to write these 3 dialogues which are very important. I'm doing pretty well. Have you passed? And I'm here too. Then you can change the dialogues and you can practice speaking. Okay. Okay, so what we have discussed was just the greeting part of your conversation, right? Now we get into the detailed part of convocation day. Now we are saying, like, can you come with me? The other person is saying, can you come with me? To submit my registration form in college tomorrow. Okay, this is a big question that she's asking. Can you come with me to submit my registration form for my admission in college tomorrow? So come with me for registration form for my admission. Here will be for my admission. for my admission in college tomorrow. So this is a big dialogue you're asking. So can you come with me? क्या तू मेरे साथ आ सकती हो? सबमिट करने के लिए, जमा करने के लिए मेरा रजिस्ट्रेशन फॉर्म, मैंने एक फॉर्म लिया है, मैं वो फॉर्म भर के जमा करना चाहती हूँ, तो क्या तुम मेरे साथ आ सकती हो? कि तुम्हें आस्ते पारो আমার সাথে ওই ফর্মটা সাবমিট করার জন্য. So big dialogue and it is joined and it is said in a better way, can you come with me? So you are taking a permission from the other person. Now he is replying, she is replying over here, I'm sorry to tell, okay, I don't have time to go with you tomorrow. I promise to go with you day after tomorrow, but I want you to come on time, sharp at 9 o'clock in the morning. So it's a big reply that she's giving. First of all, she's saying, I'm sorry to tell, okay, I'm sorry to tell, she's saying, I don't have time to go with you tomorrow. I don't have time to go with you tomorrow, but I promise to go with you day after tomorrow. I promise to go with you day after tomorrow. But I promise to go day after tomorrow. But I want you to come on time, sharp at 9 o'clock in the morning. But I want you to come on time, sharp at 9 o'clock tomorrow. Okay, so there are lots of important phrases which are used over here, which you have to learn. Okay, first of all, first phrase is I'm sorry to tell. So sorry to, you should know, I'm sorry to tell, मुझे माफ करना ये बोलने के लिए, जो मैं बोलने जा रहा हूँ उसके लिए माफ करना, I'm sorry to tell, मैं क्षमा चाहिए. I don't have time to go. मेरे पास वक्त नहीं है जाने के लिए tomorrow. So you can use this dialogue for other purpose also. I don't have time for playing, I don't have time to go, I don't have time to dance. So whatever you are saying that is very important, or the thing that you are doing is very important, right? So I don't have time to go with you tomorrow. I promise to, but I promise to go with you day after tomorrow. But I want you to come on time. I want you to. मैं चाहती हूँ कि तुम time से आओ. Sharp at 9 o'clock. Sharp at 9 o'clock. When you want to say someone that exactly you want that person to come, you say sharp at 9 o'clock tomorrow. Okay. And you can also say sharp at 9 o'clock in the morning. Also, you can in the morning. Now see what is happening over here. The person is saying, asking, requesting the person to. One person requesting, can you come with me to submit my registration form for my admission in college tomorrow? And the other person replying, I'm sorry to tell, I don't have time to go with you tomorrow, but I promise to go with you day after tomorrow. Day after tomorrow means काल बीच परसों, right? परसों को बोलते हैं day after tomorrow, जो आने वाला है. और जो बीता हुआ परसों को बोलेंगे day before yesterday. One is day after tomorrow and one is day before yesterday. So you're saying day after tomorrow, that means कल नहीं परसों मैं जाऊंगा, right? Because अभी registration में time है, आप परसों चलो, right? So day after tomorrow, I want you to come on time. लेकिन मैं चाहता हूँ या फिर मैं चाहती हूँ कि तुम time से आओ, right? Maybe the person habit is being late, so she's saying you have to come on time. I want you to. मैं चाहती हूँ, I want you to come on time, sharp at 9 o'clock in the morning, right? So here this is a conversation that you have to understand. Few basic dialogues which are the very important dialogues over here. I'm sorry to, I don't have time to, I promise to, I want you to, So these all are the phrases that has been used over here for your live explanation. Real time based, you have to understand how these phrases are used. Before, I have already taught you about the phrases with examples. Now we are using it in a conversation for your better understanding. Okay, so you can write it down for your reference, and the students who are already taking the class in our institute, they already have it in the book, so they can just refer it and they can practice it by watching these videos, okay, for the revision purpose. Okay, so now I think this is clear for you. So we'll move ahead with the conversation. The conversation is not yet over now. It is going well, it is going in a great form. So we'll have to add some more things over here. Now see, definitely the person is saying that promise, then the person has to promise. He's saying, I promise you to come on time. The other person should promise. He's saying, I promise not to be late. So the other person is promising, I promise not to be late. I promise not to be late. So she is giving the commitment, I promise not to be late. I'd rather sleep early than be late the other day. Then she's saying, I'd means I would rather sleep early than be late the other day. Thanks for your help. Okay, so here what is happening? The person is promising. The other person says, yes, I promise. I promise not to be late. So I promise not to can be used for anything that you are saying that you're not going to do some negative activity you have. So I promise not to be late. I promise not to lie. I promise not to misbehave. So here the question was for going, not being late. So he's saying, I promise not to be late. I'd rather. Rather is used for choice. When you have certain kind of preference, you say I'd rather. Rather is used for preference. Suppose someone comes to your house and they tells you what you will have, tea or coffee. You say I'd rather take tea. So that means you are preferring one thing from the other. Then you are saying rather. मुझे ये नहीं, मुझे ये पसंद है. तब हम बोलते हैं मुझे rather. मुझे ये चीज चाहिए, right? যখন আমার চয়েস আছে, আমার এটা প্রেফারেন্স আছে, তখন আমি প্রেফার করার জন্য রাদার ইউজ করব, রাদার. So I'd rather sleep early. So there's a two choice. If you sleep early, normally the people who sleep late, they wake up late. So that's why she's saying that I'd rather sleep early than be late the other day. Thanks for your help, right? So the person is agreeing to going with him. So that's why she's saying thanks for your help. Okay? So now the conversation will go ahead now. Now he's saying, I called you last night. I called you last night, you didn't receive my call. So now they are changing the topic and they are saying, I called you last night. You didn't receive my call. Okay. So now they came to know that last day, last night, she's saying, I called you last night, you didn't receive my call. So the other person is replying, yes, sorry about that, I was busy preparing my speech for the farewell day. Now the other person is replying, yes, sorry about that. I was busy preparing my speech for the farewell day. So they are having their farewell now. So they are saying, one person is asking, I called you last time, you didn't receive my call. Then she's saying that, yes, sorry about that. So whenever you get a matter like for that you need to apologize, you say sorry about that. Okay. Then I was busy. This is another important thing. I was busy preparing. So I was busy eating. I was busy dancing. This is also the phrase you can use when you are occupied by some important action. যখন তুমি কিছু important করছিলে তখন তুমি I was busy বলতে পারো যখন তোমার কাজ অনেক ব্যস্ত ছিল কোনো কাজে। So मैं ये करने में बहुत busy था। I was busy preparing my speech for the farewell day। वो speech तैयार कर रहा था because they know सर्टिफिकेट मिलने वाला है उसके बाद मुझे बुला के बोला जाएगा स्पीच देने के लिए। तो वही बोल रहा है आई एम सॉरी अबाउट दैट आई वाज बिजी प्रिपेयरिंग माय स्पीच फॉर द फेयरवेल डे, राइट? Then he said, you know, Mary, I can't help thinking about the good times we had in our school days. So अब वो लोग बोल रहे हैं कि कॉन्वर्सेशन बढ़ाने के लिए कुछ और डिस्कस कर रहे हैं। क्या डिस्कस कर रहे हैं? ये जो स्कूल लाइफ जो अभी बीत जा रहा है ये याद आ रहा है क्योंकि अब ये स्कूल लाइफ खत्म हो जाएगा, अब वो अपने कॉलेज लाइफ में जा रहे हैं। तो उसके लिए एक डायलॉग्स आता है, वो डायलॉग है यू नो बोल के स्टार्ट कर रहा है। यू नो इज अ वे ऑफ सेइंग। फ्लुएंसी बढ़ाने के लिए आई एम श्योर यू कैन राइट इट डाउन, जस्ट राइट डाउन दीस फ्रेजेस, प्रॉमिस नॉट टू, I'd rather, then you can also write I'm sorry, I was busy. These are the important phrases. You know, Mary, I can't help thinking about the good times we had in our school days. Okay. So the dialogue is, you know, Mary, I can't help thinking about the good times we had in our school days. Means can't help, that means you cannot control your feeling. You say, I can't help. Means every time it's coming in her mind, then that's the reason saying, I can't help. What she can't help? She can't control. She can't control the thinking that is coming in her mind about the school days. Then person B is replying over here. She's saying, yes, you are right. That means she's agreeing to it. Yes, you are right. So here what is happening, there are important dialogues which are used over here. That is, I can't help. This is a thing that you have to learn and you have to use it with another feeling. Okay, I can't help thinking can be used for I can't help thinking so much, I can't help walking so much, I can't help talking so much. So anything that is uncontrollable for you, you can say that. So now the conversation is going to end now. Okay, it's coming the ending part because the announcement can happen any point of time. They will call for this collecting the certificate. So he's saying, yes, you are right. And saying it's very hot. Now they are talking about the little bit of weather. Just to increase the conversation, the other person is saying, it's very hot today. I feel like drinking water. It's very hot today. I feel like drinking water. Do you have a water bottle in your bag? Do you have a water bottle in your bag? Okay, so suddenly she felt after talking, she felt that the weather was like, they were having the ceremony in an outside place, like open area, outdoor. It was hot, little bit hot they were feeling. So suddenly they are talking, like they are saying, it's very hot today. I feel like drinking water. So sudden feeling when you get some kind of sudden feeling, then you say, I feel like watching movie, I feel like dancing. So suddenly when you get some feeling, then you say, I feel like. So this is an important phrase that you can use. So she's saying, it's very hot today, I feel like drinking water. Do you have a water bottle in your bag? Do you have? क्या तुम्हारे पास है? भी बहुत गर्म है आज का मौसम, मैं अपना बॉटल नहीं लाई वाटर का, क्या तुम्हारे पास वाटर बॉटल है? then saying yes, take it. So you're saying yes, take it. Okay. Then what happens? Okay, let's go and collect the certificate. Now what happens? Suddenly the announcement happens, like the teacher and all the guests arrives and they become serious and they will stop talking, and then when the names are announced, they'll say, okay, let's go and collect our certificate. Now this is the ending part because they are going to stay at the place. Let's go and collect our certificate. So what is happening? They are not going to say bye over here because they are already in the place. So their conversation is over, but they are not saying goodbye over there because the announcement has happened and now one person has to go and collect the certificate. So they are saying, let's go and collect the certificate. So this is the way the conversation is going on. The other person will reply, let's go. So these are the things that you have to do in the convocation day conversation. This is the whole motive behind this conversation is that just to make you speak in English in a better way and understand the different phrases. And with my 16 years of experience now, I can say this is a very good way of practicing your communication skill. Once you join this institute, then you'll understand the benefit of practicing these kind of dialogues, because you are getting a live situation, this is called a situational topic. You get a situation, you get a scene, and that scene you are practicing, so it will give you a better performance, right? And definitely it will help you. So what you have to do is you just have to get the important dialogues, try to understand what are the dialogues that is used, and in your other conversation also try to use those dialogues for your practice. Okay, so that is the end of the convocation day conversation. Now if you're a new student, you have just seen this video for the first time, I want you to subscribe to this channel and get more videos, tutorial videos, and you can also like, share and comment over there. If this video was useful for you, if you have understood everything, then you can definitely give your like, or if you have any doubt, if you want to have any clarification regarding any sentences that I've used over here, you can just comment me. Okay, so that's all about our convocation day. Thank you very much for your time. And one more thing, I've just forgot to tell you that I'm always sharing you the link of my institute, Google My Business, where you can find the detail of our institute. Everything is mentioned over there with our details, and there's also a form, the online form for your online classes. So if you want to take online classes, you can just fill up the form, I'll get the response and we can set up the timing and you can start the online classes as well. Alright, that's it. Thank you.